Okay, so what if the key to living longer, staying sharper, and just aging gracefully wasn't locked away in some futuristic lab?
Right, yeah.
What if that blueprint for real longevity was already inside your cells, just sort of waiting for the right signal?
That is the exact question we're answering today. We've done a deep dive on what we're calling the Nobel Prize blueprint for a long, healthy life.
Hmm?
We've basically stacked three monumental, life-changing discoveries. Each one earned a Nobel Prize, to create this unified map of how the human body protects itself, repairs itself, and maybe most importantly, regenerates.
And our mission here isn't just to give you the basics. It's to pull out the most important, actionable insights from these specific Nobel-winning findings, so you can move past all the fleeting wellness trends and start using fundamental biological truths.
Exactly.
These discoveries, they aren't just fascinating science stories. They are the literal foundations of modern longevity research. They tell us precisely how our bodies are designed to fight decline.
And we really need to frame these three systems not as, abstract concepts, but as fundamental mechanisms. If you can understand these three internal machines, your clock, your cleaner, and your engine, you hold the map, you can actually influence your own health trajectory.
Right. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into the science.
Break.
Okay, let's unpack this. And let's start with what people often call the biological clock itself, telomeres.
This is a huge one. This concept is, it's inspired by the incredible work of Dr. Elizabeth Blackburn. She shared a Nobel Prize for discovering the enzyme that actually maintains these structures.
Right.
And if we need an analogy, I think the best one is to imagine your DNA, all your genetic material, as a really long, delicate shoelace.
And to keep that shoelace from unraveling, you have those little plastic tips on the ends.
Mm.
That is exactly what telomeres are for your chromosomes. They're these little protective caps at the very end of your DNA strands.
And Dr. Blackburn's key discovery was linking the length of these caps directly to how fast our cells age. Every time a cell divides, the telomere gets just a little bit shorter.
Okay.
When they get too short, the cell just can't divide effectively anymore. It enters what's called senescence, or, cellular retirement.
So shorter telomeres mean faster decline, and longer telomeres mean slower aging. They're literally the guardians of our genes.
They are.
So if they're the biological clock, the immediate question for anyone listening is, can we influence it? Is this just fate, or is it pliable?
It is remarkably pliable, and that is the incredible insight from her research. Genetics play a part, for sure, but our lifestyle really determines the rate at which those telomeres shorten.
Okay, so what can we do? The sources must outline some key levers we can pull.
They do. 4 key behavior levers we have to protect those caps, and, in effect, add time back to that biological clock.
Give us the top action item.
It's stress management. But we have to be really specific here. We're talking about reducing chronic, high levels of cortisol in your system.
Not just, I had a stressful day.
No. Chronic stress actually inhibits an enzyme called telomerase, which is the enzyme responsible for rebuilding telomeres. So reducing that chronic stress isn't just good for your mental health. It's a direct biochemical protection for your DNA.
Wow, that reframes stress completely. We're not just saying relax. We're saying that too much stress is actively stopping your body's internal repair system from doing its job.
That's it.
How quickly does this happen? Are we talking decades? Or can high stress show damage in, say, a few months?
The research suggests it can be pretty rapid. Studies have shown visible differences in telomere length between people going through prolonged high stress versus those with, better coping mechanisms. It reacts pretty quickly to your environment.
What else is on that actionable list?
Regular movement, absolutely essential. And we're not talking about marathon training here.
Right.
Just consistent physical activity, even 30 minutes a day of brisk walking, has been shown to activate that telomerase enzyme. Movement signals biological vitality to the cell.
Okay, now this next point, for me, this is the one. This is the staggering detail that everyone needs to hear.
I agree. It's the profound importance of social connection. The research is clear. Loneliness shortens telomeres faster than smoking does.
That is just at percentage. It's a potent comparison, isn't it? Yeah. It highlights the physical damage that social isolation...
What your mother told you. Exercise, sleep well, have a good attitude, eat decent food. So we just rediscovered all of these things again.
Next. Being worse for your biological clock than one of the most destructive habits possible. That's not a soft metric. That's hard science.
And the last one is nutrition. It provides the material support. Eating whole natural foods, especially things rich in antioxidants like berries and leafy greens, That helps counteract the oxidative stress that wears down telomeres.
So protecting your telomeres means managing stress, moving your body, nurturing your relationships, and choosing clean fuel.
That's the blueprint for the clock.
That is a powerful starting point. It fundamentally connects our emotional well-being directly to the longevity of our DNA. But let's move on. Let's go to the second system in this longevity trinity. If telomeres are the clock, we now need to talk about the body's internal maintenance system.
Autophagy.
Yeah.
Yes, autophagy. This is inspired by the Nobel-winning work of Dr. Yoshinori Ohsumi, who in 2016 uncovered the complex genetics behind this process.
And the word itself, it literally means self-eating.
It does, which sounds a little scary. I prefer to call it your body's deep cleaning system.
Yeah, that's better. It's like the ultimate cellular housekeeping crew. It's not just repair. It's targeted demolition and recycling.
Exactly. It cleans out damaged proteins, organelles that aren't working right, like old, struggling mitochondria, and it recycles the usable parts, leaving space for fresh, new components to be built.
So when you activate this process, the benefits are systemic. Cells repair, toxins are cleared, inflammation drops.
Metabolism improves, and your risk of age-related disease just drops significantly. It is, quite simply, the cell's reset button.
Okay, so if it's the ultimate maintenance system, why do we need to force it? Shouldn't our cells just do this automatically?
That's a critical question.
For most of us in modern society,
Yeah.
it feels like this cleaning crew rarely shows up.
And the answer is tied directly to how the body senses nutrients. Modern living is defined by constant abundance, right? We graze all day. Autophagy is regulated by nutrient-sensing pathways, especially one called mTOR. When nutrients are high, MTO is active, signaling the cell is in growth mode. And when the cell is in growth mode, the cleaning crew stays parked.
So the key is to momentarily signal scarcity to the cell.
Yeah.
That flips the metabolic switch from growth and storage over to maintenance and repair.
Precisely. And the first most accessible way to do that is intermittent fasting.
Right.
By creating a daily window of, say, 12 to 16 hours without calories, you starve that mTOR pathway just enough to kick off that deep cleaning process.
So it's about timing. It's not necessarily massive calorie restriction.
Not at all.
So skipping that late night snack or pushing breakfast back a bit, that isn't about dieting. It's about giving your cells time to vacuum up the debris. It's scheduled maintenance time.
Absolutely. And beyond fasting, the blueprint suggests that the type of stress matters too. Light movement walking, stretching, yoga, that helps initiate the process. It's a mild cellular stress that the body can easily recover from.
Okay, so what are the biggest inhibitors? What should we avoid if we want to turn the system on?
The two biggest are constant snacking, because it keeps mTOR active all day.
It keeps the growth signal on.
Right. And high sugar or refined carb loads. Sugar is immediate, high-octane fuel that signals extreme abundance and that shuts down any need for internal recycling. If you constantly bombard the system with fuel, the cleaning crew never gets deployed.
It's a fantastic system to focus on. And connecting this to the bigger picture, this cellular maintenance isn't just about feeling better today. It's about preventing the buildup of all that cellular garbage, the misfolded proteins, the damaged parts that really drive age-related disease down the road.
Autophagy is preventing rust and decay from the inside out, which brings us to the final crucial piece of the Trinity.
Yeah.
If telomeres are the clock and autophagy is the cleaning crew, we now need to look at the core manufacturing unit of the cell, the machine that actually builds everything.
The ribosome. And this is inspired by the work of Dr. Venki Ramakrishnan. He shared the Nobel Prize for revealing the incredibly intricate structure of this machine.
It is. We can absolutely call it the cell's central engine room. The ribosome is arguably the most vital molecular machine in your body. It translates your genetic instructions into action.
It assembles every single protein your body depends on.
Every single one. Muscle tissue, hormones, enzymes, immune cells, all of it. Every growth and repair process starts here. It is the assembly line of life.
And like any assembly line, if the ribosome slows down, gets damaged, or starts making faulty parts, the whole system just grinds to a halt.
That's the challenge. Protein synthesis is hugely energy demanding, and ribosomes can get overwhelmed, which creates intense cellular stress.
So the goal of this third part of the blueprint is protection and efficiency. How do we reduce the workload while making sure the input is high quality?
Exactly.
Okay, let's look at those protective measures.
Yeah.
You mentioned calorie restriction earlier, but how does that specifically